What is cracking, folks? It is I, CFK Corelli, here to bring you some more TEW 2017 WCW. It lives again! In the fallout from WCW's New Blood Rising, we have the following card announced. We have the live crew, the new WCW World Tag Team Champions, in a non-title match against Team Canada, who lost their match at New Blood Rising. We have the Hurricane taking on Yun in singles action. We have CM Punk challenging AJ Styles for the WCW Television Championship in a 10-minute time limit match. We have Envy, former tag team champion, taking on Sabu, who both lost last night at New Blood Rising. Sabu lost his opportunity at the Hardcore Championship. And I think that's all that's announced. We'll get on to the show. So, the show starts off with the new $1 million corporation of DiBiase, Sean Stasiak, Stacy Keibler, Chuck Palumbo, James Maritado, Julio De Niro, and Tony Mamaluke. Basically, DiBiase introduces everyone to his newest and greatest signing yet, Sean Stasiak, son of the great Stan Stasiak, along with his valet Stacy Keibler. He says that with our newest and most powerful prospect, we will now we're going for the World Championship. That's it. All right, I'm done with Booker T. I don't need Booker T. I have someone better than Booker T. Sean O'Haire is a son of a legend. He's a physical specimen, to say the least. And he already knows the intricacies of Wrath's psyche, which should make this victory much easier. Alright? But then, out comes people, alright? So Booker T comes out. He's like, you ain't done with me yet, DiBiase. If you got one more man, then that's one more man I'm about to knock down. So Stasiak, I'm coming for you, nigga. And if you think that you're going to get a chance at the World Heavyweight Championship, think again, sucker, because I'm the next WCW World Heavyweight Champion. With that, out comes Jeff Jarrett, Ric Flair, and AJ Styles and Mark Jindrak. Jeff Jarrett says, listen up, all you slap nuts. All right, I don't care who the hell's champion right now. I don't care if it's Booker. I don't care if it's any of DiBiase's stooges or slap nuts. I don't care if it's Wrath. All right, I'm the chosen one. You people are just warming up the belts for me. All right. So when you talk about the next champion, that's me. I'm the next WCW World Heavyweight Champion, because I'm going to beat Wrath at WCW Super Brawl, the weekend of March the 3rd. Out comes Eric Bischoff. He's like, okay, all right. It seems we have several people who have claims to the World Championship. However, some of these are more valid than others. And Booker T, you have defeated Ken Shamrock. You defeated Chuck Palumbo. You are a former world champion. And you have had an incredible win streak in recent months. So you most definitely deserve to be the #1 contender. Jeff, and even though I regret having to say this, you actually are very qualified to be the champion. You have won several high-profile matches, including teaming up with Ric Flair to defeat Diamond Dallas Page and Sting last night, and have done so before. And you have not had a championship opportunity in a long time, so I feel like you deserve an opportunity. All right. As for you, Mr. Stasiak, what have you done Granted, you've been a long-reigning tag team champion, but you lost. The last thing you done is you lost your belt last night to the Live Crew, who will be in action next. So you have to do something to earn your shot. But there are people in line before you. So tonight in our main event, it will be Booker T versus Jeff Jarrett. And the winner will go on to face Wrath at WCW Super Brawl. Alright, now everybody get out the ring. We got a match coming up. Then, in a decent match, the Live Crew defeated Team Canada in 9-13 when BG James defeated Lance Storm by pinfall with a crew cut. Just checking. Awesome. Yep, awesome. Oh, he did not get popped. Alright. Afterwards, the Live Crew start cutting a promo saying, you know, we finally won the tag team belts and we're this and that. Some hip hopage, some chainage, some black sunglassesage, some I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, Chavo Guerrero Jr. and Shane Douglas come out. They say that they won their 6-man tag team match last night, and they are way more suited to be champions than you two losers. If I recall, they had a match before a few months ago that the Live Crew came out on top of, but it was a very close bout. Nevertheless, Chavo basically talks smack about Conan like he always does, and Shane Douglas talks about how he's the goddamn franchise, because he's the goddamn franchise, and they ham it up. Lillian Garcia is interviewing CM Punk about his upcoming rematch. Well, not rematch. It's a rematch, but not a rematch. Because television title does not have a rematch clause in it. We don't have rematch clauses like talking about. The way our rematch clauses work is if the champion loses the belt, he gets a rematch. The challenger loses the belt unless through peculiar circumstances they do not get a rematch. Anyway, you say looking forward to opportunity. You know, sometimes you got to go through adversity. When you're such a long-reigning champion, he defended the belt 22 times, and he hopes to get that belt back and defend it 22 more. So, yep. An extremely short match, the Hurricane defeated Young Yang in 455 by pinfall with a vertebraker. Afterwards, Hurricane grabs a microphone and he says, Greed, you may be able to escape the wrath of justice and the Hurricane, but fear not, for I have great news. Eric Bischoff and Jay Mara come out, and Eric basically says, yep, we do have some great news for you. And Jay Mara says that due to Greed's intentional countouts last night, he will be forced to defend the belt again at WCW Super Brawl. But as additional punishment, he must defend the belt 2 times in the period between now and then. So good luck. And then Hurricane's like, good luck to you, evil denizen, because if you make it all the way to Super Brawl, then I shall erase the evil in the world of WCW World Championship Wrestling. Well, folks, Diddy calls. He runs out. Maybe he does like the ninja run. That Naruto ninja run. We are fighting dreams. Why did I start singing that? And about that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. AJ Styles defeated CM Punk in 8:41 by pinfall with the Styles Clash after Ric Flair interfered. We had Jindrak distract Punk. In the match, AJ Styles makes WCW World Championship Wrestling World Television Title Defense number 1. Punk is getting stale with the gimmick. We'll have to change that. Alright. Afterwards, Sting comes down. Basically confronts AJ Styles and Jindrak. He says, Jindrak, you and me are having a match tonight. And Styles, as for you, well, both of you, I warned you all about teaming up with Flair and Jeff Jarrett. It'll cause nothing but harm. But since you didn't hear my warnings, you'll now have to deal with the stinger. And with that, he's off. And AJ and Ginger like, whatever. I'm phenomenal, and I'm a mark of perfection. In a good match, Envy defeated Sabu in 8:42 by pinfall with a flying lariat. Afterwards, Envy, not supposed to be there. Envy cuts a promo on Stasiak and Keebler, the former Pride and Lust. Basically says you were our dutiful members of sin, of evil, the 7 deadly sins. You are evil. You betrayed us, and you betrayed me, your tag team partner, because now I don't have a way to get my title back, my gold, and it looks terrible around the waists of the live crew. Oh, how I miss it so much. But the most important thing is that Wrath is very upset with all of us, especially you, Stasiak. So remember that Wrath has a certain way he goes about things, and that's when he's not angry. That's that. Afterwards, a little segment with Greed, Gluttony, and Sloth. Basically, Greed acknowledging that he has to defend his title twice, but he's like, sure, whatever. I don't want to defend it against that loser Hurricane, this false superhero, this false believer in hope. There is no hope. There is only evil. There's only sins. I'll defend it at Super Brawl. Make sure you make it there too. And about that, had good heat and decent wrestling. Sting defeated Mark Jindrak in 8:18 by submission with a... No, that's not what happens. He wins by DQ because Styles runs in. Oh, son of a bitch. Awkward morale. I love morale is in the pits. Fucking Conan. Afterwards, Styles and Jindrak are about to try to put the boots to Sting, but Sting does this whole whoop, everything goes dark, whoop, everything's light again, whoop, Sting is gone. Booker T is being interviewed by Mean Gene Oakland. Booker T talks about a lot of topics, including his match tonight against Jeff Jarrett, his rivalry with the DiBiase's, and a chance to a rematch against Wrath, who took the title off of him in the first place. Sorry. Chance to get back his gold. He's the man. He's the big dog here in WCW. And if you got a problem with that, well, it sucks for you, because you're going to have to dig it. Sucker. And an exceptional match. Booker T defeated Jeff Jarrett by pinfall with a fast roll-up. We had a minor distraction by Diamond Dallas Page. Afterwards, Jeff Jarrett chasing Diamond Dallas Page off. And Booker T starts to cut a promo on DiBiase and Stasiak, saying that you're never going to get one up on Booker. But as he's talking, lights go out. And then it comes back, Booker T's laid out. Wrath has a crowbar or something. Grabs a microphone and he says, "Pride, you die at Super Brawl." And that's it. All it says. 84 up in 28 regions. That is exceptional. Why is my heater so loud now? Good rating. That heater is super loud. Why is that? I'm cut it off for now. Sloth needs to sell. He is not worth pushing until that is addressed. And we got a decent rating. We got some people that are problems. Backstage. 53%. Ugh. Bam Bam has caused me problems recently. Mike Awesome caused a lot of problems. I have no locker room leaders anymore. But it's awesome. Conan, Hawk, Bam Bam, BG James. Those are problems. BG James is tolerable. Hawk is not. I don't know what to do with him. I want him to just have a match so I can just send him down to rehab. Can I just send him down to NCP? Does that help? It does help a bit. Send Bam Bam away. I'll do it. Just get him out of my head for a while. Backstage. Alright, that helped a bit. I can't. Well, Mike also not doing anything for a few weeks. I have to remember to bring him back up. No, I'm not going to do that. I'll send Bam Bam and Hawk to work down with the kids. Hawk doesn't do anything for several weeks. Bam Bam doesn't do anything this month, it seems. Anyway, I'll be right back with the Thunder. And we are back with Thursday Night Thunder. The show starts out with a bout with Subpar Wrestling and Little Heat, with the America's Most Wanted defeating the Enforcers in 6:32 when James Storm defeated Reno by pinfall with an 8-second ride. Reno is not good. Afterwards, America's Most Wanted, along with Kimona, James Storm's new girlfriend, they say that, they're riding some good momentum right now, that they want a shot at the tag team championship. So it's coming up soon. Can't put us down. We're wanted, man. We bad, man. Bad to the bone. In a decent match, Sean O'Haire defeated James Maritato in 5:41 by pinfall with the Widowmaker. And after the match, Sloth and Gluttony come out and beat up Maritato. And about that, Subpar Wrestling and Little Heat, Chavo's crew defeated Jay Lethal and Nigel McGuinness, two locals, in 6:40 when Hernandez defeated Nigel McGuinness by submission. La Parka's really good. McGuinness is pretty good. Hernandez and Lethal are on the same level. Afterwards, Chavo Guerrero is coming out for his match, and La Parka and Hernandez decide to stay at ringside. And in a bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Chavo Guerrero Jr. defeated Super Crazy in 11:11 by pinfall with a roll-up. And afterwards, he is interviewed by Lillian Garcia, which he talks smack about Conan. And yeah, talks about Conan. And continues him and Shane Douglas's challenge for the tag team belts. A little too much Storm, which is understandable. Very much understandable. Look at young Rocky Romero. Alright, what are these? Maritato wants a pay raise. Sure. And ratings. Alright, folks. I probably should have done that first. Next time, we'll be back with some more Monday Nitro. Thanks for watching, folks. Bye-bye.